Hello, welcome to St. Peter Lutheran Church here in Trenton, Ohio. I'm Deacon Tammy, worship leader. Thank you for sharing this time with us during Lent each week in our series on hope. This afternoon, I'd like to share some thoughts with you about where we find hope in the in-between places, those places between lost and found. Have you ever experienced the confusion of being in unfamiliar surroundings? That moment when you take the wrong exit off the freeway and realize you have no clue where you are. Jesus in the Gospel of Luke shares a story about a young man in an in-between place. An impatient and restless young man asks and receives his share of the family's property from his father. Traditionally, it would have come to him at some point in the future, but he wanted to pursue his dreams now, gathered all his belongings, and set out for adventure in a far-away country. Things were going well for the young man in his new world. It was everything he thought it would be. With the resources and the friends he had gained through meeting new people in new places, all was going well until those resources dried up and famine struck the land. Alone and vulnerable, he found himself at the mercy of the townspeople who themselves were in crisis. A certain citizen of the community eventually gave him a job feeding pigs in the field. He was so hungry, he wanted to eat the food that he gave them. It was then he had a revelation. This makes absolutely no sense, especially when I have a place where I am loved and could be fed, full and secure. He remembered home, regretted the choices he had made, and purposed to return. We are all wanderers, whether in life or spirit. It seems we are always moving between lost and found, in between places, though sometimes harsh and unforgiving, can also be places of discovery. The wandering son discovered all that he had really needed was and always had been within reach. The love and prayers of his father had been with him all along, as was the invitation to come home. Life experiences and our responses to them can sometimes isolate us from our one true home in God, our Creator, and one another as a community. We long for healing, hope, and relationship. As we journey through all the in-between places of Lent, at the crossroads of life and faith, our hope is found in the loving kindness of God, our Creator, who surrounds us, goes before us, and waits for our return. Through the reconciling work of Christ on the cross, we are never truly lost. Amen.